Hey, good evening, everybody. I just want to take a minute of your time if you would just listen to me and explain to you why people say that Islam is not compatible with Christianity. And even more, Islam is not compatible with Western civilization, Western ethics, Western morals. Just the way they look at people that are not Muslim, but also the way that they forcefully want to conquer the entire world. And here in America and the Western world in general, you do have a freedom to be whatever you want to be. Well, in Islam, they do not believe that. They believe that you must convert or die in their worldview. But I definitely want to talk about just the left for a minute and the way that they tend to bandwagon on Iran and Islam and everything else, but they have no idea the way that they, as women, the leftist movement, the feminist movement, actually is looked at in Islam. And it's absolutely shocking when you see the way Muhammad talks about women in their own writings. In Bukhari 5196, Muhammad says, "I stood at the gate of fire and saw that the majority of those who entered in were women." So Muhammad teaches that most women are going to be in hell, that the majority of people in hell are women. And of course, when Muhammad said this, the women were like, "Why would you say this about us, Muhammad? Tell us why we would be in hell." And Muhammad goes on to say, "You curse frequently and you are ungrateful to your husbands. I have not seen anyone more defective in intelligence and religion than you women. A cautious, sensible man could be led astray by some of you." So right there out the gate, he tells you you're ungrateful to your husbands, you curse, and that is why most women will be in hell. He also says that women who dress seductively, do not cover themselves, are going to hell. That the seductive people will be in hell if you do not cover yourself. But not only that, women are complete property to their men, 100%. In the Quran it says, "Your wives are your fields, so go into your fields whichsoever way you like." So to a woman, you have no say-so on the way your husband goes into you according to the Quran. But they trap the women because Muslim 1436 says, "If a man calls his wife to bed and she refuses and he spends the night angry with her, the angels curse her till morning." So, if your husband wants to go into you some type of way, you don't want to, he gets angry, ends up sleeping on the couch without you, then the angels are just going to curse women all night long. And this is what they teach. This is what now that the leftist people are defending. If they ever lived in an Islamic world, that is how they would be looked at. Is just low down property that you have an effectiveness. A wife in Islam is prohibited to fast without her husband. So they even take away the spirituality part of being a woman. You can't even pray or fast without your husband. And they also teach how inferior women are. Why I say that is in the Quran, it says, "Bring two witnesses to witness out of you men. And if you have not two men, take one man and two women to be a witness," because it takes two women to equal the intelligence of a man in the Quran. Muhammad also teaches that women should be circumcised. I didn't even realize this was a thing, female circumcisions, but it is a very prevalent thing in Middle Eastern cultures. And this is coming again from their books. It says, a woman used to perform circumcision in Medina. The prophet said to her, do not cut severely, as that it is better for a woman and more desirable for a man. Why they taught this is Muhammad taught that if a woman is circumcised, it takes the pleasure away from a woman. So she would be less likely to go out and cheat on her husband. That is why they want their women circumcised, because they don't even want you having pleasure during intercourse. It says also in the Quran that if it had not been for Eve, woman would have never acted unfaithfully towards her husband. That's Muslim 1470. The Quran also teaches that there's only 3 things a demon or bad omen can be in. Do you want to take a guess of what one of them 3 are? It's a woman. It's a woman, a house, or an animal. Where in those 3 you can find a demon or a evil spirit in a house, in an animal, or a woman. So when you see this, stop to look at it, the way they look at women and treat women and everything else, that they can just do whatever. And then in Christianity, you have Jesus saying that there's neither Jew nor Gentile, neither bond or free. There's neither man or woman. Everyone is one in Christ. It is absolutely not even comparable when the Bible tells husbands to respect their wives and wives to respect their husbands, that they should be joined to one. That is not the case at all. They teach that any woman who dies when her husband is pleased with her will enter paradise. Now, what about that woman that didn't want to do anything with her husband that night, spent the night alone? If she dies, her husband's unpleased with her, that woman automatically goes to hell. So the whole woman's life is to please her husband, not even search out Allah herself. It's just to please her husband, and that way she can get to heaven. And when you get into the child aspect of it, it's not even comparable, and it's absolutely sickening, really, because Bukhari 51:58 says that the Prophet Muhammad wrote his marriage contract with Aisha when she was 6 years old and consummated the marriage when she was 9 years old. Now, it is true that they are okay with sleeping with children. One of their most revered Muslim scholars, Al-Ghazi, in the 11th century wrote, a man may enjoy his wife in all permissible ways, for as a minor girl, it is not unlawful to touch her with desires or to embrace her. If she is able to bear intercourse, it is not forbidden. That's gross. And the Islamic Republic of Iran, the people that y'all are supporting right now, says a man can marry a girl younger than 9 years of age, but he is not to allowed to have sexual intercourse with her. Other sexual acts such as lustful touching, embracing, and rubbing are permitted. These are the things that are taught by the Islamic Republic of Iran, that it is okay to marry a girl under 9. Okay, if the same people on the left that are talking about the Epstein files, these are the kind of people that the Iranian Republic are okay with. They're okay with touching kids at young age. They flat out said it, that rubbing, embracing, touching are permitted. And you wonder why people have such a problem with the teachings of Islam. It's not the people themselves, but if these people hold to these doctrines and teachings, yes, it is a very, very big and dangerous problem. I'm a father and have daughters, and I don't want my daughter anywhere near this at all. Okay? So when people talk about Islamophobia, it's not a phobia. It's the truth. Because their Quran, their Hadith say this stuff. It's not made fiction. We're not making this up. If you want references to any of the things I just said, look it up. It's not hard to discover what is in their books and what they are teaching. And places like New York, places like Michigan, they better wake up, because they're on the conquest to take over. And the leftist women who are supporting this have a whole rude awakening coming to them if Islam becomes the dominant worldview. This is where Sharia law comes in. This is why we say it is not in any way, shape, or form compatible with Christianity or with the Western world. I hope you watched this video. I hope you took something away from this. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be truthful, and that's just not right. So, have a great day. Bye.